Hi, I'm Laura and welcome to Heart Driven Tarot. Today we're going to do a reading to address and to get insights from Spirit through the tarot cards to look at how we can fully tap into our feelings. For this week, the outlook for this week is a way to handle this challenge if you have been feeling blocked, especially in some area of your life. I know I have. And this week I was given advice by a coach. I'm in a group coaching program the past year, almost year, a personal development type of group coaching. And what was presented to me as an exercise for this week was to listen to some music and really get into some feelings from the past, feelings of grief, feelings of pain, etc., so that I can transcend them and move forward, because I think this has been a blockage area for me. And when we pass the age of 50, it's very easy to get entrenched in old ways, to get stuck, and we want to make the most of our lives as the years go by. We want to tap everything, squeeze the juice out of life. So let's do a 3-card reading on how we can do that. And the theme song to address this, because it really evokes strong feelings for me, brings me to tears. I started listening to it this afternoon and it puts me into that place, is Dating Myself, Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. I saw Stevie Nicks play nearby here, Daniel Island, about a year and a half ago, a year and a quarter ago. And she was, of course, fantastic. And that's one of my favorite songs. It just evokes a lot of feeling in me. And so I'm going to use that song as well as others this week to help me release some stuck energy. So that's what we're going to focus on for this week, just overall outlook, but how can we tap into our feelings? And to that point, just want to point out to you the significator card for this reading for this week is the Queen of Cups, because she epitomizes tapping fully into feelings. She is gazing intently at her gold chalice with angels on either side. She is able to fully feel her feelings. So we're going to choose 3 cards. How can we do this for this week? How can all of you, my viewers, anyone watching this, make the most of this week, what you need to know, and how to tap these feelings? First card, the moon. We just talked about the moon the other day in the full moon reading. So I'll talk about that in just a moment. Moon card is what we need to release, what we need to embrace, 10 of Wands, and overall message, 4 of Swords reversed. And I will bring the camera back up and explain each of these cards. So the moon card, Major Arcana, number 18, and the moon, as I explained the other day, and I explained in my lesson, I'll include a lesson that I did a couple years ago on the moon card. What we need to release is, and this is so apropos, because this is exactly what I was talking about with this particular relationship coach, saying, I know that I don't allow myself, when things are difficult, when there's a painful situation, I squash my feelings. I bury them. I can start feeling them coming up, surfacing, and then I can't stand it and I squash them down. And that is not healthy. And so if you are any way similar to me in doing that, what the moon card suggests is that there's a lot of stuff going on underneath the surface, and you've got to release it. This is what is the position of what you need to release. Release that so that you can move forward on the journey of life, and that you can max optimize your life by releasing what's hidden. As we see this lobster crawling up, it's just this whole concept of the night, things are hidden, but there's a movement forward through this area, the wolf and the dog baying at the moon, and then we've got those twin towers representing the gateway between the conscious and unconscious mind. So it is suggesting, and perhaps this comes down simply to what my coach recommended to me, is that find different ways in the upcoming week and weeks to release, to basically to identify and to feel what you have been squashing down. And one way for me to do this, always, it works for me, you may have other ways of doing it, is to listen to meaningful music, music that stirs my soul, music that makes me cry. It just, anything like that. For you, it could be something different. Maybe you need to take a walk in nature, go by the ocean, in the woods. But think of something that maybe you haven't wanted to do because you know it's going to bring up these feelings, but bring them up. This is what you need to take time to release these buried emotions so that you can move forward. Now the next card is curious, 10 of Wands, what you need to embrace. Now the 10 of Wands, well, the 10 is the completion of a cycle, the ending of a situation in a way. Well, it typically is associated with that. With the Wands, this card is curious, and I'm thinking I may have a clarification to it, but it often looks like this person's carrying a burden. But if we're asking, since the question we ask is what do we need to embrace, is realizing that, well, yes, it may be difficult. It may feel like a burden to tap fully into these feelings that are uncomfortable. But if we do so, we are going to reach our destination. And that makes sense to me, because even though it feels heavy, it's a strain, it makes us trudge along, we are going to ultimately reach our destination, because this man is heading toward the town. And when he gets there, he's going to be able to release this burden. So for me, that's a good metaphor that, yes, when you embrace, you take on these feelings, feel them fully, even if you don't want to, you are going to be able to reach your destination and let them go. And then finally, the overall message from Spirit about this coming week and what you need to think about to feel your feelings and be able to move forward, to release blocks, is the Four of Swords reversed. Now, when the Four of Swords is upright, it often is associated with a situation of taking time to meditate. It could also suggest a time of illness or whatever, because this person, it's almost looked like it's a crypt as well. Could be someone who's on his last legs. But given that this was reversed and we're asking for the overall message about how to really feel into your feelings, is that once we've gone through the situation of bringing them up to the surface, as the Moon card suggests, because they've been buried, moving forward, taking them upon us, and then getting to our destination, we are able to release them, we will be able to move out of this stuck position. Because when it is upright, the Four of Swords does suggest kind of a timeout as well. It's a time of inaction. But once we really feel into our feelings, and if we've been stuck in a situation, which I know I have, we can move forward, we can advance. And so the Four of Swords reversed, suggesting that is what the overall message for the week is. Assuming that you embrace these suggestions, these ideas, you will be able to move forward. I hope this reading has been helpful for you. If you've not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And until next time, remember, illumine your mind, inspire your life with tarot.